structure of the flower, what are the different parts of the flower. So I want Lalit quickly to tell me what are the 4 worlds of the flower. Jaldi jaldi bolte jaiye. Lalit, unmute your mic and speak up. What are the 4 worlds of the flower? Lalit. Okay, Suruchi. Suruchi, what are the 4 worlds of the flower? Name the words. Okay, Sakshi. Sakshi. Prajapati, Sakshi.
Yes, ma'am.
Quickly name the 4 worlds of the flower. What happened? You are not knowing only or what? Viransh.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the 4
Calyx,
words? Huh?
calyx, corolla, androecium, and gymnosium.
No, gynoecium.
Yes, ma'am.
What is
Gynoecium.
gynoecium? Okay. Out of these 4 worlds, which worlds directly take part in the reproduction process? Vedika. Vedika, quickly. वेदिक ये सब लोग लगता है ऑन करके अटेंडेंस के लिए चले जाते छोड़ के बस. That's why they quickly they do not switch on their mic. If you are late in switching on the mic, इसका मतलब आप वहाँ हैं ही नहीं. योगेंद्र. If you don't know the answer, at least unmute your mic and speak something. Yogendra. Harshvardhan. Acha Vedika, you are ready to answer? Say. See how much the time is wasted. Very bad. Not saying. Yash Baiva. Yes, name the 2 words which are directly involved in the process of reproduction. Yash will also not say.
Ma'am, may I answer?
Ma'am, may
Wait,
I
you all keep
Ma'am, may I answer?
speaking every time. I want to hear those children who never speak up only. Jatin. Jatin, can you answer? Jatin left. Very good. Karthik. Karthik Sharma. Shramit. Shramit, be quick. Shramit is also not there. Nupur. Hi, Club, say.
Ma'am, the 2 parts which are directly involved in reproduction are androecium, which is male part, stamen consists of filament and anther, which consist of pollen grains, and gynosium.
Now, see, wait.
Gynosium.
You learn the pronunciation. It is androecium, gynosium. Say now.
Ma'am, androecium and gynosium.
हाँ,
Gynosium is
फटाफट बोलते बनना चाहिए. Androecium, gynosium. What is
Ma'am,
it?
Ma'am, androecium and gynosium.
Very good. Okay. So what about gynosium?
Ma'am, gynosium is the female part
Huh?
consisting of pistil and ovary, style, and stigma.
Very good. Okay. So where is the female gamete present, Eklavya?
मैम
हाँ,
मैम ओवरी।
ovaries. Okay. What is that female gamete called?
मैम पोलन ग्रेन।
Pollen grain.
नहीं
Ovary के अंदर pollen grain है. Think.
मैम स्टिग्मा।
अरे, what is the female gamete called?
मैम ओव्यूल।
ओव्यूल नहीं, ओव्यूल तो फीमेल वो स्ट्रक्चर है, उसके अंदर है गैमीट. व्हाट इज दैट?
मैम ओवम।
ओवम.
Ma'am, he.
Ovum, yes, it is ovum.
ओके मैम।
Okay, so that all we have completed in the previous period, children. I am presenting my screen, and yes, Sneha.
I'm having one doubt.
Say.
Ma'am, in the layering, in the artificial vegetative propagation, it is layering.
हाँ.
So I want to know the example of layering.
Acha, layering can be done, children, in those plants which are having the weak stems. Okay, which can be bent easily. So I have sent the figures also, children. I would expect those figures to be drawn in the fair notebook where you are writing about it. I have given all the questions of the asexual reproduction.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did I give the questions of the sexual reproduction?
No, ma'am.
No, I have sent one question was there. Describe the structure of the flower. Okay, so sexual reproduction in plants, for that only one question was given. So you will write it as one, question number 1. So describe the structure of the flower. Now we will start today with the next further how the process takes place. So the first will be, write it quickly, put today's date, steps involved. Yes, Sneha.
मैम वो लेयरिंग में दो पार्ट्स दिए थे, सॉइल एंड एयर. तो
हाँ,
एयर में क्या
ठीक है
होगा?
ना. एयर का मतलब क्या है? देखो, लेयरिंग का मीनिंग यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट द पार्ट इज कवर्ड विद द लेयर ऑफ सॉइल. ओके, इफ द means the stem is bent till the ground and then the stem is covered with the soil, तो वो हमारा एयर लेयरिंग नहीं कहलाएगा. ओके, एंड इन अदर केस व्हाट इज डन, दैट स्टेम जो ऊपर है, मतलब द एरियल स्टेम्स, उसके ऊपर ही सॉइल ले जाते हैं और नोड के पास में सॉइल ऐसे लगा देते हैं. So that is known as air layering, and then they tie it. So what will happen, that soil will induce the rooting in those nodes. फिर वो क्या करेंगे, नीचे से कट कर देंगे, नोड के नीचे से. सपोज अपन का एक नोड है, उस नोड पे अपन इतना सारा सॉइल, we have put the soil and we have covered it or we have tied it. So that will have the moisture, so it will induce the rooting in those nodes. और नोड के नीचे के पार्ट से अगर जैसे अपन को पता है कि 10 दिन में 2 वीक में the roots will come, so then from the base of it it is cut and then root are there, then you will put it in some other place. Okay, ground में फिर उसको plant कर देते हैं. that is known as air layering. That is known as
एयर लेयरिंग.
मैम
air
सॉइल लेयरिंग में
मैम सॉइल वाला ज्यादा होगा
सॉइल
ना
से कवर किया.
हाँ, अरे ज्यादातर हाँ एयर लेयरिंग भी बहुत करते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. जितने हायर प्लांट्स होते हैं ना, जैसे कि योर लेमन, गुआवा, इन सब में एयर लेयरिंग कर लेते हैं. स्टेम लिया, उसमें सॉइल लगाया और बस जैसे इसमें रूट्स आ गए, पता चल जाएगा कितने समय में रूट्स आ जाएंगे, तो देन दे जस्ट कट इट.
मैम जो प्लांट बेंड नहीं हो पाते उनमें एयर लेयरिंग करते होंगे शायद.
हाँ, बिल्कुल सही है. जिनका वीक स्टेम उनको अपन बेंड कर लेते हैं, और जो नहीं बेंड
मैम
हो
तो
सकते
दोनों में
उनको एयर लेयरिंग करते हैं.
मैम तो दोनों में कवर तो
Yes,
सॉइल
sir.
से ही करेंगे, बस डिफरेंस ये कि लोकेशन
हाँ,
उनकी डिफरेंट हो गई, एक में ऊपर होगा एक में नीचे होगा.
only location. One will be the aerial stems. ये वाले भी stems तो aerial है, but we are bending it. We are bringing it to the soil. We are bringing it to the ground and then covering. Then we are covering. Okay, so the picture which I have sent, it is the jasmine. Okay, where we are bending it till the ground. And the other one is the grafting figure I have set. So it's very, very important. Grafting is very important. So shall we move ahead now? Children, everyone, any other student,
ma'am.
any doubt? Shall we move ahead now? Okay, so now write down the steps involved in the sexual reproduction in plants. The steps involved. So I'm presenting my screen. Children, I'll write down the steps involved. So what are the steps involved in the sexual reproduction in plants? The first step will be, can anyone tell?
Falling of pollen grains.
Gamete formation.
Gamete formation, उसके पहले, उसके भी पहले,
Ma'am, pollen grains
उसके भी पहले.
falling.
Ma'am, formation of flower,
very
bud.
the first step. We will start with the first step, that is development of flower. Okay, then second we will take up maturation of the ovary and the stamen. Maturation, are you getting, children? Ovary
Yes, ma'am.
and stamen. तो जैसे ही mature अगर ovary हो गया, तो inside the ovary, the ovum will mature, and inside the stamen, what will mature?
Pollen
grain.
grains.
Pollen grains.
Third step will be what? Can anyone tell?
Pollination.
Falling of pollen grains.
So we will take up formation of, we want to clarify the formation of ovum and pollen. Then the transfer will take place. So what is the transfer of the pollen called?
Pollination.
Pollination. Okay, so that will be the pollination. After the pollination, what will happen then?
Fusion of pollen and ovum.
Pollen and ovum. Pollen नहीं होता है fuse, याद रखिए. Now we'll see. The next step will be pollen germination, children. But we have to take up pollen germination. Where the pollen will germinate? Tell me quickly. Where the pollen will germinate?
Stigma.
Ma'am,
germination.
Germination will occur on the stigma.
Okay.
Pollination is just transfer of the pollen from anther to the stigma. Okay, once it lands on the stigma, children, it will get the nutrients there and it will quickly germinate, producing the pollen tube. Okay, now the next step. After the pollen tube has arisen, it will grow through the style. It will reach the ovary. It will reach the ovary, and then it will release pollen grain. तो ऊपर ही रह गया, याद रखिए. Pollen tube जा रहा है through the style and then reaching the ovary, and then it will release inside the ovule. What? The male gamete. It will release the male gamete, and then next step.
Ma'am, what is the male gamete?
Male gamete is your male nucleus, उसी को अपन male gamete बोलते हैं, which will be present inside the pollen grain. Remember, children, two male gametes are present inside the pollen grain, and those two male gametes will be moving through the pollen tube. Okay, I'll show you the picture. अभी जल्दी से steps लिख लीजिए, then one by one we will do. After the means as the male gamete will be reaching inside the ovule. Ovule will have the ovum, and that first male gamete will fuse with the ovum, and that process is called
Fertilization.
Fertilization. And now after fertilization, what will happen? Quickly say.
Seed formation.
Zygote formation.
Zygote formation. Zygote formation. ओके, अब जाइगोट भी बन गया. जाइगोट बनने के बाद में क्या होगा?
मैम वो डेवलप होगा.
तो what it will form? What the zygote will form?
Embryo.
Very good. So embryo formation. Everyone noting or not? I hope no one is listening like a story.
I'm noting.
Noting the thing. Everyone has to note down. embryo formation. And after embryo formation, now what will happen?
Seeds.
Seed form. So ovule
Seed formation.
will get transformed into the seed. So seed formation. Then what will happen to the ovary?
Ovary will become fruit and the petals will shed off.
So fruit formation. Next will be what? So these things will be going on simultaneously, children. Okay, fruit formation. So embryo will grow up. Okay, and that the whole of the ovule will get transformed into the seed, and whole of the ovary will get transformed into fruit. So how many steps we have to study?
10.
10. We have completed with the flower formation. हमारा flower बड़ा हो गया, हमारा flower का ovary pistil भी grow हो गया, stamen भी grow हो गए, stamen के tip पर, that is the filament के ऊपर जो anther था, that is also matured, pollen grains have released, and the pollen grains will release only after the dehiscence of the anther. Once the pollen grains are released, so they will be moving to the
Ovule.
Ovule.
they will be moving to the
Stigma.
stigma of the other flower. Okay, it will be moving either to the stigma of the other flower or the stigma of the same flower.
Or the same flower.
Of the same flower. So now we will take up pollination. So quickly note down the subheading, children. Pollination. So pollination is a very common process. आपको सब पता है क्या होता है pollination. So write it quickly. It is the transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma. It is the transfer of the pollen grain from anther to stigma. What are the types now? Everyone has noted those 10 points?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then did you note down the next subheading, pollination? Everyone?
Repeat कर दीजिए. Ma'am, it is a transfer of pollen grains from.
Say.
Ma'am, from के बाद क्या था?
Anther to stigma.
Anther to
Yeah.
stigma.
Why you are taking up blindly the dictation?
Ma'am.
Don't take up the dictation blindly. Okay, try to understand. आपने बहुत पहले से पढ़ रखा है pollination. Okay, types. What are the different types?
Self-pollination.
Cross-pollination and self-pollination.
Write it quickly. So self-pollination, cross-pollination. So self-pollination will be seen in children those plants which are having that is your male part as well as the female part. That is the pistil is also there and the stamen also there. Then only you find the self-pollination will occur. So what are those flowers called which have the male and the female part both?
Bisexual.
Okay, they are known as bisexual flowers. So China rose कैसा है?
Bisexual.
You know that it has got the stamens also, it has got the pistil also. But you know the papaya flower is
Unisexual.
It will have either the male, कुछ flowers में सिर्फ male part होता है, कुछ flowers में सिर्फ female part होता है. So those type of the flowers will never show.
Self-pollination.
They will not show. So remember, children, what are the two different types of the flowers? Unisexual flowers, bisexual flowers. Okay, this is very important. Differences can be asked, but don't have to explain too much. Say.
मैम पहले बड बनेगा या फिर ओवरी और स्टेमन मैच्योर होंगे और बनेंगे?
Bud means what?
मैम द स्मॉल वो फ्लावर का जो एक छोटा सा बंच सा रहता है फ्लावर जब.
So it will not have the matured female and male part. The male and female
मैम
part.
तो पहले फूल खिलेगा या फिर ये सब बन जाएंगे?
The process will go on simultaneously. Okay. As the flower blooms, these all parts are matured. Okay. The flower will bloom, means all parts are maturing. One day it may take. China rose में आप देखना कि फूल तो खिल जाता है, लेकिन एंथर का डेसेंस नहीं होता है. Okay, एंथर का डेसेंस होगा थोड़ी देर बाद. हो सकता है कि 1 घंटे 2 घंटे 3 घंटे। तो यू मस्ट हैव सीन, जैसे ही सन राइज होता है, सन रेज पड़ने के बाद मॉर्निंग में देखेंगे चाइना रोज को, तो आप थोड़ा सा बंद रहता है, देन इट विल ब्लूम, खुल जाएगा। लेकिन पोलन ग्रेन्स में वो येलो पाउडर नहीं,
Yes, ma'am.
येलो पाउडर इज नॉट देयर ऑन दैट anthers. Okay, so the little time it may take. So that way the process is going on simultaneously. So self-pollination we have discussed. Self-pollination is when the pollen grains reach the stigma of the same flower. So self-pollination, it will not require any external agencies. It will not require any external agencies. Okay, now we go the cross-pollination. So cross-pollination, you find 2 flowers will be involved. Cross-pollination means
2 flowers are involved.
The pollen from one flower will be transferred to the stigma of another flower. But cross-pollination may be 2 type हो जाते हैं. The flower may be born on the same plant, or the flower may be born on another plant. Now, if it is born on the same plant, children, so genetically it will be self-pollination. Genetically it will be
Self-pollination.
क्योंकि जेनेटिक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो सेम होगा दोनों का, क्योंकि एक ही प्लांट के पर दे आर बोर्न ऑन द सेम प्लांट. Okay, but if the 2 different plants are involved, so then only it will be actual cross pollination. दोनों कंडीशन समझ में आ गई?
मैम एक चीज पूछनी
Yes,
हाँ,
ma'am. Cross
मैम,
pollination.
वो मैम
हाँ,
और क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन होगा मैम, उसमें मतलब मैम ऐसा होगा कि एक प्लांट है उसमें 2 फ्लावर्स हैं, तो
हाँ.
एक फ्लावर से पॉलन दूसरे प्लांट के स्टिग्मा में चलेगा, मतलब दूसरे फ्लावर
बिल्कुल, हाँ, दिस इज वन.
और मैम एक दूसरे में होगा.
हाँ,
मतलब एक plant और दूसरे-
that way ना we divided into 2 types children. एक को अपन बोलते हैं जिटनोगामी.
मैम क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन में 2 डिफरेंट टाइप के प्लांट फ्लावर्स हो सकते हैं.
No, it has to be of the same species. Okay,
Ma'am,
No, it will be of the same plant, na?
rose may be should be rose. Okay, the China rose means pollen will pollinate the China rose flower only. वो रोज को नहीं कर सकता. Is it clear? The species will always remain same children. Follow?
Okay, ma'am.
So जिटनोगामी, जिटनोगामी मतलब कि 2 फ्लावर तो इन्वॉल्व हैं, but they are born on the same plant. What is the meaning of जिटनोगामी?
2 flowers are involved, but it will be formed on only one of them.
हाँ, the flowers are born on the same plant. BORNE. Okay, born on the same plant. तो जेनेटिकली तो सेम हो गया ना वो. आपको बात समझ में आ गई कि नहीं? You got it, children?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, because it is the same plant. So genes or genetic constitution will remain same. Okay, and the second type we call it, children, xenogamy. What you call it? Xenogamy. So xenogamy में फिर 2 flowers which are involved in the pollination, they are born on different plants. They will be born on.
मैम ये एक और बता दीजिए मैम.
हाँ, जिटनोगामी you can write it. That is 2 flowers involved, born on same plant. Born on same plant. And what is happening in the case of xenogamy?
2 flowers
2 flowers are involved and born on different plants.
So 2 flowers involved, born on different plants.
मैम सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन में बाइसेक्सुअल प्लांट्स चाहिए
हाँ, उसी में हो सकता है.
और क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन में यूनिसेक्सुअल.
No, दोनों टाइप, both. It will be
मैम
both.
बोथ होगा तो खुद ही में हो जाएगा ना?
नहीं होता,
लेकिन कुछ कुछ इधर उधर भी जा सकते हैं ना।
नहीं, उसमें पता क्या होता है, they have their own mechanism. Some flowers are such na, they will have the male part also, they'll have the female part also, but you know the male part will be maturing late, okay, and the female part will mature early or vice versa. तो उसी का pollen grain उसी को pollinate कभी नहीं कर पाता, okay, and you may find the positions may be different, positions of the male and the female part. 2 flowers involved. All have noted now?
Yes, ma'am.
So very clear now? ठीक है, चलिए, so this much pollination is enough for you all. What is pollination? What are the 2 types of pollination? What are the external agencies involved in the pollination? So what are the external agencies involved in pollination? जब इस नाम का
एयर, वाटर,
Animals,
bees, insects.
Yeah.
Birds.
Water, okay, so many insects are there, birds are there, animals are there. Okay, they are all involved in the process of pollination. If the cross pollination has to be done, if the pollen has to be transferred from one flower to the other flower. Now we come to the next thing, that is, so pollination is over. Now we come to the fertilization. So put the subheading now, fertilization.
मैम सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन में नहीं, उसमें पॉलिनेशन यूज नहीं होगा
किसमें?
मैम सेल्फ में, if it is a unisexual plant, sorry, bisexual plant, then cross pollination will not occur.
Pollination will not occur.
मैम वो आई थिंक बोलना चाहिए
मैम वो वही डाउट पूछ रही जो अभी स्नेहा ने पूछा था।
हाँ, wait, हाँ, wait, we'll clear. हाँ, say again.
Ma'am, if there is a bisexual plant, so no pollination will occur.
Why? ट्रांसफर नहीं होगा? ट्रांसफर नहीं होगा क्या?
एक ही फ्लावर में इधर से उधर ट्रांसफर होगा ना?
एंथर से स्टिग्मा पर तो जाएगा ना?
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, pollination will occur with the same method, water, air, insect.
No, in that, if it is the same flower ना, तो the position is such ना, कई बार तो flower पूरे समय बंद ही रहता है, और मेल और फीमेल पार्ट उसी के अंदर है, फ्लावर बंद है, तो उसका उसी के ऊपर चला गया, उसका एंथर से स्टिग्मा तक चला गया.
Okay, ma'am.
So, external agencies will not be needed. External agencies will not be needed in the self-pollination. Understood, na?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we do the fertilization. So quickly tell me what is fertilization?
Fertilization is the fusion of male and female gametes. That is ovum and the male gamete.
So write it quickly. The fusion of male gamete plus the female gamete. So you write it in the equation form also, children. Male gamete plus female gamete. And what you will get then?
Zygote.
Zygote will be formed. Okay, now one more thing, children, you write it. Male gamete के नीचे लिखो in bracket n, small n. Okay, means the chromosome number will be half. The same way below the female gamete also put it in bracket n, small n. And below the zygote, what you write down? N plus n?
2n.
2n. So you will write down 2n below the zygote. So this is fertilization. That is haploid male gamete fuses with the haploid female gamete to form the diploid zygote. To form the
Diploid zygote.
Diploid zygote.
Diploid zygote. Noted everyone?
मैम हैप्लॉइड डिप्लॉइड मतलब?
हाँ, haploid मतलब unpaired chromosomes. Diploid means paired chromosomes. Okay, for example, in our case, you know, we have 46 chromosomes. So our haploid number will be 23. Okay, so the sperm will have 23 and ovum will have 23. And 23 plus 23 will give you 46. So zygote will get 46. Understood everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Unpaired. तो बोलते हैं अपन unpaired chromosomes. क्योंकि 46 अगर देखेंगे आप ना, उसमें 23 पेयर्स होते हैं. तो हर पेयर में से एक एक आएगा गैमेट में. नेवर इट विल हैपन कि वो 46 है टोटल, तो एक तरफ से पूरे 23 इधर आ गए तो फिर से 23 उधर चले गए. नो, 23 pairs. From each pair, one will be going to the different gametes. So that way it is. Done, everyone? All have noted this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now write down, in the flowering plants, the double fertilization occurs. Now I will share the
Ma'am, in the
double fertilization occurs.
where?
In the flowering plants. In flowering plant, that is in angiosperms. Okay, in angiosperms, double fertilization takes place. I'm now quickly see this video. Ready, everyone?
Ma'am, angiosperm.
Yes, ma'am.
Angiosperms means flowering plants, the plants which bear flowers.
Flowering plants are a delight to look at when in full bloom. Do you know what role flowers play in these plants? Let's find out. Flowers are the reproductive units of flowering plants. They have male and female reproductive parts, that is stamens and carpels. Flowers that have both stamens and carpels are bisexual. Unisexual flowers have either stamens or carpels.
For example, you can write down, children. We discussed that cucurbita. Cucurbita मतलब जितने भी ये आपके what all you are getting now, that गिलकी, आप जानते हैं तुरैया, इन सब में
Yes, ma'am.
आपको मिलेंगे unisexual flowers. Taking time now. Leave it, I'll show you something else.
मैम ये क्लास 12th का लग गया शायद.
I know that. I want to show you that only. Na? The process is given here properly.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fertilization and post-fertilization. Okay, I want to show you the. Look here, come on now. Then I'll show you that video. So today I want to cover up the double fertilization. What is double fertilization? Now try to see this picture, children. The same figure you are having in your textbook also. Okay, now you know what is the structure of the carpel. This is the part which is known as as the carpel or the pistil. The upper part is the stigma, then this whole elongated tube-like structure is the filament, that is your style, and this is the ovule. Now, the ovaries will have the ovules. Now, this is the enlarged diagram of the ovary. The ovary is consisting of the ovules. The number of the ovules may vary, children. Okay, you must have seen your tomatoes, then you have seen your cucumber. You find many seeds are there. So each seed is ovule. That is, ovule is getting transformed into the seed after the fertilization process. Now, what is the structure of the ovule? So write it quickly. Structure of ovule. Each ovule consists of, now पहले समझ लो फिर हम डिक्टेट कर देंगे. Each ovule consists of the 3 antipodal cells. अब इसके लिए आपको एक पार्ट और समझना पड़ेगा. Now see this structure. This is the structure of the ovule, children. The ovule consists of the 2 integuments, the outer integument and the inner integument. उसके अंदर में एक embryo sac present रहता है. That embryo sac, now ovule is having an opening, fine opening, which you call it as micropyle. What is it called?
Micropyle.
This is written down. It's written down, micropyle. अब इस फिगर को देखो तो इसमें इंटेग्यूमेंट्स भी लेबल्ड है. The coverings of the ovules are called, जल्दी बोलो. What are the coverings of the ovule called?
Integuments.
Integuments. याद रखो क्योंकि जब सीड बनेगा तो इंटेग्यूमेंट्स ही they will get converted into sorry the seed coat. You know the seed coat is variously colored. मूंग में हरा सीड कोट है तो राजमा में रेड सीड कोट है. इज इट क्लियर? अगर आपका काली वाली दाल में तो काला सीड कोट होता है. तो सीड कोट किससे बनता है? इससे बनता है इंटेग्यूमेंट से. ठीक है. दिस कवरिंग ऑफ द ओव्यूल इज नोन एज इंटेग्यूमेंट. फिर उसके बीच में इन द सेंटर ऑफ द ओव्यूल व्हाट इज प्रेजेंट? एम्ब्रियो सैक. से व्हाट इज प्रेजेंट?
एम्ब्रियो सैक.
Embryo sac.
एम्ब्रियो सैक नाम क्यों रखा? क्योंकि एम्ब्रियो इसके अंदर डेवलप होगा. So you call it as embryo sac. Now what is the structure of this embryo sac? अब ovule ना यहाँ देखो बीच में पर कोई gap दिख रहा है ना? Integuments they are not joining. Okay, here also try to see the 2 integuments they do not join. They leave a gap. A fine pore is present. This fine pore is known as what? Micropyle. So this end of the ovule is known as micropylar end. और जो opposite end रहेगा उसको बोलते हैं chalizal end, because this part is known as chaliza. Children, जिस part से now I will tell you today what you do when you go home. आप ना मटर, अभी हरा मटर आ रहा है, हरा मटर की फली को तोड़ना. When you will break it, you know that the 2 parts will be separated and you will get the seeds arranged inside. When you open it, you will see that the small green pea seed is attached to that pod. मतलब वो फली में attach है वो seed छोटे से connection से. Okay, small connecting tissue you will get it. वो connective tissue क्या चीज है? ये वाला part है. This is known as funicle. What is it known as? Funicle. ठीक. अब ये फनिकल नाउ अब वो मटर के दाने पर फिर से जाइए कि मटर का दाना फली से अटैच रहता है एक छोटे से कनेक्शन से. वो कनेक्टिंग टिश्यू है फनिकल, और वो जिस जगह पर अटैच होता है उसको अपन बोलते हैं चैलेजा. व्हाट इज इट कॉल्ड?
चैलेजा.
Chaliza.
अब ये पूरा जो इतना मटर का दाना है समझो वो पूरा का पूरा ओव्यूल वो सीड बन चुका है. उसके अंदर में एक एम्ब्रियो सैक था. वो एम्ब्रियो सैक का स्ट्रक्चर क्या है? इट हैज 8 cells. हाउ मेनी cells it has?
8.
8 cells.
3 towards the micropyle, 3 towards the chaliza, 2 in the center. How many cells?
8.
8 cells. 3 towards the
Micropyle.
Chaliza.
micropyle.
Towards the micropyle.
And 3 towards the
Chaliza.
Chaliza. And 2 in the
Center.
Center.
center. This much clear to everyone? ठीक है. अब जो माइक्रोपाइल के तरफ के 3 हैं, उसमें से जो सेंटर वाला होता है, that is the egg. That is the
Egg.
Egg.
egg. Okay. Other 2 are known as the synergids. What are they called?
Synergids.
Synergids. GIDS. Now let me see in the other diagram it's given or not. No. So I'll have to show you the previous one. See in this diagram now. These are antipodal cells. The center one you call it as a polar nuclei, and this micropylar end पर बीच वाला egg है. Other 2 are synergids. Okay, so now the male gamete. Now here now try to see. सबसे पहले process कैसे start होगा fertilization का? The pollen has landed on the stigma. Pollen will germinate on the stigma. Will produce the pollen tube. Tube is growing through the style. It will grow through the style and will come to the ovary. In the ovary, ovule will be present. So it will enter the ovule through the
Pollen tube.
अरे नहीं pollen tube. अरे no, pollen tube will enter the ovule through.
Style.
अरे नहीं. Micropyle. Try to see here, children, the diagram. ये जो black दिख रहा है, this is the pollen tube, and pollen tube is growing, and it is entering. ये अलग-अलग method है. आप सिर्फ पहले वाले को देख लो. So it is entering the pollen tube, entering the ovule through the
Micropyle.
and in that pollen tube, 2 male gametes will be there. So it will release the first male gamete. The first male gamete will fuse with the egg. The first male gamete will fuse with the
Egg.
egg. And it will form what?
Zygote.
Diploid zygote. Now अब इसके बाद वो second male gamete आएगा. Second male gamete इससे fuse होगा. What are these 2 center ones called? Polar nuclei. What are they called?
Polar nuclei.
So they are all haploid. ठीक है. तो 2 haploid है. दोनों haploid के साथ में एक तीसरा male gamete, that is your second male gamete will fuse. So it will form triploid endosperm cell. It will form what? अब ये देखो, triploid endosperm nucleus. It is 3M. This is the fertilization process. Now what you do? Quickly आप अब लिखना चालू करो.
और मैम जो ऊपर 3 थे उनका क्या हुआ?
हाँ, वो synergids जो है, sorry, the antipodal cells, they will degenerate. They will degenerate. They will degenerate. So I am now writing, children, the process of fertilization. Which fertilization we call it? It's
Double fertilization.
Double fertilization.
Ma'am, you were telling about the structure of
ovule.
हाँ, अच्छा हाँ. Structure of ovule. हाँ, that I have to dictate. Okay. अभी ये लिख लो जल्दी से. Double fertilization. I am telling you only the equations. Then I'll dictate everything. Okay, double fertilization. Understand what is it? How it will take place? First of all, आपको समझना है कि how many polar nuclei are there? Polar nuclei कितने हैं? 2. Okay, कहाँ पर? Where they are present?
Center.
embryo sac.
Center. So polar nuclei plus polar nuclei, it will give you what? Secondary nucleus. What it will give, children? Secondary nucleus. Okay, तो ये सेंटर में बन जाता है. अब क्या होगा? The first male gamete will come. What will come?
First male gamete.
And this first male gamete will fuse with the
egg.
With the egg. And what will form then?
Zygote.
zygote. It will form zygote. अब आप उसके adjective जोड़ के जाइए. The haploid first male gamete will fuse with the haploid egg that will form the
Diploid zygote.
Diploid zygote.
diploid zygote. Okay, now we will take up now the second male gamete will be released. Okay, ये सब किसके थ्रू आ रहे थे दोनों gametes?
Pollen tube.
Pollen tube.
Micropyle.
Pollen tube, and they have entered the ovule through the
Micropyle.
Micropyle.
and released first male gamete, and that first male gamete has fused with
Egg.
Egg. Ma'am,
Second egg.
okay, and the
the egg.
male gamete will fuse with the secondary nucleus. और secondary nucleus कैसे बना था?
Two polar nuclei.
Two polar nuclei.
Two
By the
center
fusion of
wale
two
polar
polar
nuclei.
nuclei. What you say? By the fusion of two polar nuclei.
Ma'am, egg
Hmm.
constitute
By the
कैसे है?
fusion of the two polar nuclei. So polar nucleus, secondary nucleus कैसा रहेगा? This will be diploid. It will be diploid. Okay. Now secondary nucleus you will write in bracket में आप लिख लो. Okay, it will fuse with the diploid secondary nucleus, and then what it will form, children? It will form
Triploid zygote.
primary endosperm cell. It will form primary endosperm cell. I should take up to the next slide.
और मैम ये क्या होगा? Haploid या diploid?
Now you tell me the male gamete second.
Triploid.
So below that you write it in bracket 3n. क्या लिख लो अब? 3n.
3n.
That is triploid.
Below
मैम,
the
वो पूरा नहीं
primary
दिख रहा मैम।
endosperm ना.
मैम वो क्या है मैम? प्राइमरी एंडोस्पर्म।
हाँ, endosperm cell. Primary endosperm cell. Okay, तो ये भी n है. Then secondary nucleus is also n. No, this is 2n. This is 2n.
2n.
Okay, so this will become 3n. So these are the equations which are telling us that what is double fertilization, children. Okay, the rest story. So you understood.
Means nucleus.
Huh?
Ma'am, the eight cells were there.
8 cells are there. Okay, इसमें इससे नीचे भी
Polar
लिखो.
nuclei is a cell only.
Polar nuclei is a cell. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes. हाँ तुमने.
मैम एक मिनट.
हाँ से.
मैम तो जो 8 सेल्स थे उनमें से जो सेंटर के 2 हैं वो पोलर न्यूक्लियाई हैं जिससे बनेगा सेकेंडरी न्यूक्लियस. और जो नीचे वाले थे जहाँ पे हाइपरफाइल है नहीं माइक्रोफाइल है वो वाले में जो 3 हैं उनमें से जो सेंटर वाला है वो एग बनाएगा.
That is the egg.
और
बाकी
जो 3 हैं ऊपर वाले साइड में चार्जल के वो वाले तीनों डीजर्मिनेट हो जाएंगे.
सिनर्जिड्स का काम होता है कि वो सिर्फ ना उसको गाइड करते हैं. फिनिफॉर्म अपैरेटस भी वही रहता है. दे आर जस्ट गाइडिंग द न्यूक्लियस, मेल न्यूक्लियस टू फ्यूज विद इट. ओके, तो जाइगोट बन जाएगा. हाँ, फर्दर अनुष्का व्हाट?
मैम तो पोलर न्यूक्लियाई फ्यूज कैसे हुए?
पोलर न्यूक्लियाई कैसे फ्यूज हुए? दे जॉइन टुगेदर तो फ्यूज हो गए. व्हाट इज व्हाट यू मीन टू से?
मींस ऐसे दो सेल्स ऐसे फ्यूज हो सकता है?
हाँ, दे फ्यूज.
So ma'am, when the cells will fuse, then only the egg will be formed, ना?
अरे दो सेम सेल है ना पोलर न्यूक्लियाई.
सेम सेल है.
अच्छा.
हाँ, इसलिए ना ये जो सेंटर वाला फ्यूजन है ना, दैट इज नोन एज ट्रिपल फ्यूजन, चिल्ड्रन. व्हाट इज इट कॉल्ड?
Triple fusion.
Triple fusion. तो एंडोस्पर्म्स का फर्टिलाइजेशन को अपन ट्रिपल फ्यूजन भी बोलते हैं, डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन भी बोलते हैं। इज इट क्लियर? तो 3 फ्यूजन तो हो ही रहे, इफ यू काउंट तो 1 2 और 3। ओके, एज वेल एज सेंटर में 3 सेल्स फ्यूज हो गए। कैसे? 2 तो पोलर न्यूक्लिया एंड द थर्ड वन इज योर सेकंड मेल gamete. Understood everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Noted or not?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ
Yes,
हाँ।
ma'am.
मैम तो इसमें तो 2 जाइगोट
Yes, ma'am.
बनता है।
अरे 2 जाइगोट कहाँ से बन गए? इस पर एक को जाइगोट बोलते हैं, एक को क्या बोलते हैं?
प्राइमरी
Primary endosperm.
हाँ, so zygote form the embryo and primary endosperm cell will form the endosperm, and that endosperm will provide nourishment for the developing embryo. The endosperm will provide nourishment to the developing embryo. तो याद रखो, जब फर्दर डेवलपमेंट होगा तो एंडोस्पर्म पहले डेवलप होगा, इसका माइटोटिक डिवीजन स्टार्ट होंगे और वही न्यूट्रिशन को लेके ये जाइगोट क्या बनाएगा?
एम्ब्रियो।
एम्ब्रियो बनाएगा। तो एम्ब्रियो को न्यूट्रिशन कहाँ से मिलता है ग्रो होने के लिए? एंडोस्पर्म से। So then it is 23 children, so we should end now. हाँ,
मैम ये मतलब मैम प्राइमरी एंडोस्पर्म सेल फॉर्म हुआ, मैम ये मतलब केवल उसको न्यूट्रिशन देगा जाइगोट को और कुछ नहीं करेगा?
वो और कुछ नहीं करेगा। और बाद में कुछ सीड्स में एंडोस्पर्म बाद में भी बचा रहता है, उन सीड्स को अपन एंडोस्पर्मिक बोलते हैं। कुछ सीड्स में एंडोस्पर्म पूरा यूज हो जाता है, एम्ब्रियो बनते समय पूरा यूज हो जाता है, तो दे आर नोन एज नॉन एंडोस्पर्म। क्या
ये इतना सब जो अंदर होता है?
so much study is done ना children, बहुत स्टडीज के बाद अपन को इतना
मैम तो क्या माइक्रोस्कोप के नीचे रखते थे इसे हमेशा?
we have studied so much children, we know now that what is the structure of the DNA and how the DNA is behaving, how the protein synthesis are killing, everything we have known now. It is all study done ना? ओके, नहीं तो हमको कैसे पता चलता है कि कैसे क्या प्रोसेस कहाँ क्या हो रहा है? नाउ वी नो व्हेन वी डू द ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन, so you will know that exactly where the fusion of the male and female gamete takes place. तो ये सब कैसे पता चला? All study done ना? Okay, so we have completed with the fertilization in the flowering plants. Okay, now tell me how many students would need the dictation? कि हम आपको डिक्टेट कर दें?
मैम उसका बता दीजिए स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ ओव्यूल।
अच्छा, स्ट्रक्चर ये प्रोसेस तो बन जाएगा। प्रोसेस तो आपको कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना है? यू नो दैट द पोलन ग्रेन लैंड्स ऑन द स्टिग्मा, देन इट germinates, produce in the pollen tube. Pollen tube goes through the style, then reaches the ovary, enters the ovary through the micropyle, releases first male gamete, which fuses with the
egg,
forming the zygote. Then releases the second male gamete, which fuses with the
second nucleus. Secondary nucleus, sorry.
Which is formed by the fusion of
Primary
Polar nucleus.
two polar nuclei. वो आपको बताना पड़ेगा. Which is formed by the fusion of two polar nuclei. Okay, to form the triploid
primary endosperm.
Primary endosperm cell. To form the triploid primary endosperm cell. So this is known as double fertilization. Why double fertilization? Because two male gametes fuse with the two different female cells. You say.
मैम हर प्लांट में 8 ही होता है?
हर प्लांट, हाँ नहीं, जिम्नोस्पर्म्स में डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन नहीं होता। ओके, एंजियोस्पर्म्स में डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है। ओके, अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, so now it's 26 children. Structure of ovulating. Followed? So this diagram I hope you have understood. Okay, this diagram is given in your textbook also, children. So that pistil diagram you all will be making. It's very, very important for your exam. Rest all post fertilization changes. तो you see यहाँ पर फ्लावर से फ्रूट बन गया. हाँ. That's all. Okay, I won't further nothing is there in your syllabus. ये एंडोस्पर्म बस दिखा दिया है. एंडोस्पर्म देख लो, इस तरह से एंडोस्पर्म बन जाता है. वो फिर एम्ब्रियो को ग्रोथ में हेल्प करता है.
Okay, ma'am.
Leave it now. Rest all you don't have to do. So now questions. Write out quickly the questions. Question number 1. What are the steps involved in the sexual reproduction in plants? What are the steps involved in the sexual reproduction in plants? Tia, want to say something? Second question, note down. All are noting or not?
Yes, ma'am, noting.
हाँ. Second question लिख लीजिए. What is pollination? What is pollination? Then write the differences between self-pollination, cross-pollination. उसको A और B कर लो. Write the differences between the following. So self-pollination, cross-pollination, then unisexual flowers and bisexual flowers. Unisexual flowers and bisexual flowers. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Then next will be, what do you mean by fertilization? What do you mean by fertilization? Then next, describe the process of fertilization in flowering plants.
Ma'am, this is different question.
Next question. Describe the process of fertilization in flowering plants with diagram. With diagram. So diagram is the same which is given in the pistil. The pistil one in your textbook you get. Okay, then last question. उसी में तो add कर दो. Why is it called double fertilization? Why is it called double fertilization? Done, na? Okay. So now only half a period I will take it for completing. Now your work will be that you read the whole all the pages till the plant reproduction. Human sexual reproduction छोड़ के जितने pages है वहाँ पर seed formation भी दिया है, fruit formation भी दिया है, but that is very brief. Okay, so you will have to draw the structure of that seed which is given there. Okay, and fruit formation तो बहुत कम है, कभी questions पूछते भी नहीं exam में, but I will discuss next period.
Yes.
Okay, so now we will do Shanti part, children.
Ma'am, we will not study the chapter control and coordination. It is completely